Productivity.
In this video, we will be analyzing an urban park's health as well as environmental and moral implications. Productivity is a measure of how much energy an ecosystem is taking in from the sun. This process is known as photosynthesis, in which water and carbon dioxide will be turned into glucose as nutrients for the plant with energy from the sun, which would be respectively consumed by primary consumers. Not all of the energy taken from the producer will be consumed by the primary consumer, since the producers use some of the energy in their lives. For this urban park, there are some human intervention. For example, many trees are cut down near more urban areas, used to make roads, lowering the ecosystem's biomass and thus less productivity. However, the higher we go, the more the biomass and productivity, as people are too lazy to make big roads up there. Biodiversity is the measure of how much species there are in an area, and the more similar in the amount of each species, the more biodiverse. It can all be summed up in this equation. In this urban park, the bottom mostly has the same plants covered in a specific area to make the park look pretty. However, this is detrimental to the park's biodiversity as it makes all of the same species of plants at a specific area. However, as we go higher up, we see more of the park's true nature without lots of human intervention. At the top, there were no specific large area that is covered with one species of plant and is more biodiverse. We did see some insects and saw more species on lesser traveled path in those more wild areas. When we encounter new species of insects, however, we mostly see one or two of the same species, except for one that looked like huge, weird flies that kept appearing as we went higher. The pollution in this ecosystem is kept minimal. We barely saw any trash on the way. Sometimes we saw human-made structures such as paths, trash cans, and pipes running below the ground, none of which are highly detrimental. However, the fact that this park is situated around roads allows there to be many car pollution. This ecosystem is not really resilient to daily human disturbances, as there are many warning signs put up to warn people not to throw trash, not walk on grass, etc. Mostly depending on the trust that humans will not create disturbances, as we saw none. But on the long term, it has been successful, as so far we see the deeper parts of the park being very healthy despite urbanization. Overall, I would rate this park a fair 5 out of 10, being healthy despite human intervention and healthy due to human intervention. Mostly that there is little to no appearance of true animals in this ecosystem despite low amounts of disturbances in the ecosystem. In an economic standpoint, it uses quite some resources. Having so much water going to cleaning this park every day from previous experiences, the amount of asphalt used to cover and build roads to walk on, as well as many other features, like a drinking stand, places to rest, not to mention the construction required to house the underwater pipe system to satisfy the drinking water's needs. In an environmental standpoint, this park has been helpful for humans to interact with nature without doing too much harm, but also in a way for this environment to adapt and find resilience to disturbances.